My stepbrother taught me a 4-letter word. "What's a door?" I asked my mom. She had always towered over me, and even after I hit puberty, I'd never come close to catching up with her height. She looked surprised at the question, indignant and angry. "Where did you hear that nasty word?" she snapped, getting red in the face. I didn't know what to say. It was obvious where I heard it from, but I pretended to act stupid and told her I wasn't sure. She stormed off, her feet stomping across the wooden floorboards. "Tom, what did I tell you about using that dirty word, that dirty, foul, nasty word?" He yelled and screamed as she dragged him across the single large room towards the bathtub, his fingernails scraping the wooden floor as he clawed and scratched desperately to get away. Then she began to fill the tub with scalding water. "We need to rinse that mouth out again with soap, and then we'll get you clean again. So clean, everything will be clean." The screams went on for a while, and that horrible, abrasive brushing sound as she scrubbed him in the hot water until his skin was raw and bleeding in pinpoint spots. Then she dried him off with the towel, her eyes moist with tears. Tom just looked down at the floor, shaking and terrified. "It was for your own good. You're clean now, Tom, just like you're meant to be." She bent down and embraced him in a bear hug, squeezing him until his bones creaked and he let out a little cry of pain. Then she finally let him go. "Okay, sweetie," she said, looking at me. "It's your turn to get clean now." Later that night, the three of us went to bed together, all squished into the small mattress as always. There had been more room before Tom arrived, but I was happy for his company, even if he was miserable. At least it wasn't just me and Mommy anymore. Those days before Tom had been the worst. Her full attention was always solely on me. Her potent rage and her affection and all of her insecurities. After a while, Mommy began to snore, and Tom and I pretended to do the same. Once she was certain we were asleep, she got up and went over to the furthest wall of the room. Her fingers traced a path along the wallpaper seam, and she began to pull it back very carefully. I watched through mostly closed eyelids as she exposed the tall rectangular shape behind the wallpaper. A soft click could be heard, and a moment later she was gone. I couldn't believe it. Mommy was actually gone. Tom jumped up from the bed and took me by the hand, leading me over to it. He lifted my hands towards the seams of the strange shape and looked at me with his red, bleeding face. "That," he said, "is a door." Like and subscribe for more.